What the term mental health generally applies to is behavioral health. The reason it applies to behavioral health is because the symptoms is what people see.
Help people realize that the outside may not match what's going on the inside.
When I think about mental health, I take the suffix of the compound word and I think about health. And I think everybody wants to be healthy, but sometimes our mental health is neglected.
People say, I need to figure out a way to stop this family member from doing this, that, or thus.
My biggest message I want to get out, and my mission, is to help spread love and joy and kindness, because you don't know what's going on behind that smile, behind that Facebook status, behind the look of someone.
It's ever so important because just like in a hospital, if you're brain dead, you're legally dead. And so if your brain is not healthy and well, then overall you're not healthy or well.
So, in other words, mental health in a more popularized sense is viewed as trying to figure out how to stop symptoms.
I think people can start to be overly spiritual. You know, the age-old adage that you be so heavenly minded that you're no earthly good, to the point where we assume that everything can be solved with a prayer cloth and, laying on of hands. And there's a place for prayer in every aspect of our lives, but there's also a place for everything in your life to fit jointly with knowledge, information, the medical community, who are called people that God put here to help in every variety of ways.
What I'm trying to kind of grasp around is people say, well, when I first went to a church here in this area, they were saying maybe your spirit wasn't strong enough. What were you going through? Suicide? They thought I wasn't praying enough. That's the wrong attitude. I believe that in my spirit and in my experiences, I have found that you can't pray enough.
I do believe in the devil. The devil is real. However, I believe mental illness is real as well.
One of the things that how to bridge that gap is to bring the community and the groups together and be able to form a bridge to help people find outlets. Because maybe sometimes they're afraid to go to their church because the church is really part of their life and that's where they go to get their peace. Maybe they're afraid someone in the church is going to know why they went to talk to the pastor, or there's just so many stigmas associated with going to ask for help, especially in the male community. Male men are known to be strong, but what we don't realize is you have to be able to, no matter what your situation is, to talk to someone. And that's why it's important to have partners to put together. Maybe they come to you and then you know how to put them in the right direction.
It's amazing to me that we wouldn't think twice about having a cancer patient going through chemotherapy, but someone who's struggling with mental health, we won't invite them to see a therapist. One of the things I had to realize as a pastor is I can't solve all problems, that my specialty is in the spiritual realm and in the Bible, and that there's some things that specifically the Bible doesn't cover. Like, for instance, if someone needed to learn how to drive a car, I can't take them to second stop sign, the 5th chapter. I have to lead them to the areas that can help them.
How we can help bridge this gap between the two communities, the church community and the mental health community. I believe a way to bridge that gap is to have bridge builders. Now, the bridge builders are going to be people who are rooted in the faith and at the same time see credence in what the mental health community offers folks who are struggling with some kind of a mental health issue.
So I think there's a way to bridge the gap in modeling Jesus, having a heart for those who are hurting and having a focus on our Monday through Saturday and not just our Sunday morning. I think it can be extremely beneficial for churches to be sensitive and start partnering with our community agencies and mental health organizations to make sure that we head off some of the difficulties.
For generations, people have believed certain things about problems and certain things about solutions. And they've also seen some things work. So we never want to get rid of what works. Now, who's ever going to say prayer does not work? Who's going to say that?